Alrighty. Let's see. So let's go ahead and pause the mountain goats for now. Um, let's get down to it. So this is one that this is a game that I've been eager to stream for a while. Just because I just find the whole art style of it so interesting. Not to mention I am a bit of a history nerd. Even when it comes to like historical fiction.
Good fucking god, I love me some medieval shit.
Oh yeah. Well, it's kind of more like kind of Renaissance-y, but the art style is kind of like the old like medieval manuscripts that like the monasteries would make. I think it's really cool. But yeah. Let me know if the audio needs to be fixed or anything. I'm gonna be doing a lot of reading. There is a kind of a narrator that you can set in the accessibility options. But it's like this kind of basic AI voice, and it reads everything. So it'd be like, player says such and such a thing. If I get tired of reading it, I might switch over, because from what I've read, because I did a bit of looking into the game, this game is at least 15 hours long. So
what do you mean basic AI voice? Like me? Am I basic to you, mother? Am I just a basic little rat? Do you hate me?
Okay, I can show you.
Voice Assist. Microsoft David Desktop. Notification time. Photo sensitivity. Notification time. Voice Assist. Microsoft Zero Desktop.
Voice Assist. Notification time. Photo sensitivity. Text size. Voices, mic, voice off.
Yeah, so I think if I reach a point where I'm tired of reading for for an entire 2 hours, I might turn that on. But this game has no voiceover. It has no voiceover. No, it's not a bad game. Okay, there's my test file. But so what actually inspired me to get this game and look into it was a video by a YouTube channel called Super Bunny Hop. This guy does like these deep dives into different topics, and I think sometimes, or pretty much most of the time, they relate to video games. But for like a solid, I want to say it was like a 50-minute video, he kind of deep dives into like the literature, like research that went into this game, and just how different the mindset of people were in how different the mindset was like centuries ago. And I just eat that shit up. I love it. Like, just to put it into context of how passionate I am about history. I had a history teacher once when I was in a freshman in high school who went on, I want to say it was like a good 10-15 minute rant about how people in like, ancient Roman times, in centuries ago, are still people that, they had loved ones, they sent letters to, the soldiers in their family that were, stationed literally across the world, or at least across the known world, which was basically across the world in their eyes. And that speech, like, it almost like inspired me to become a history teacher myself, because it's like I care about that stuff, and that teacher I had cared about that stuff, and that's like just anyway. Oh yeah, people during that era were wise as fuck, not to mention a whole lot more active than people are now. Exactly, yeah. It's crazy how much people really underestimate like people in those past eras. Get over here! And like my least favorite thing is like X such and such theory, whether it's like aliens or something else, that like that's like, oh, aliens gifted ancient people the knowledge of how to build a fucking pyramid. And it's like, no. And it's like goddamn, it's like it's silly. And like if you dig deep down enough, it's like, it's just, anyway. I'm gonna stop myself from going on that tangent, but let's start the game. So I'm gonna do the easy read fonts, not because I can't read the stylized fonts, but because I know those fonts kind of look, they're pretty funky when someone is trying to read aloud. The Medieval era was pretty much the peak of human strength. People right now are too weak and too scared to do much. I feel like I don't really know enough to really make a comment on that. Like, the medieval period was bad in its own ways. But I'm sure it was, and it's also good in others. Like monasteries translating and preserving different old texts. Well, those ancient alien, ancient construction mystery theories come from racism, since white historians can't fathom that people of color can make really cool shit. Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. That's what I was about to say, but anyway, hi Wild, how's it going? Anyway, let's get started before I get too distracted. Finally finished downloading Stalker 2. Nice! I saw that you were playing it earlier. Were you having fun with it? Oh, nice. So we're gonna erase this book. Nice. That's good to hear. I'm glad you like it. I disappeared into the void now. Just wanted to say hi and chat a bit. Alright. Have a good lurk. Or have a good night. Whichever works. Thanks for stopping by. How's the audio? Just let me know if it needs to be lowered or raised. Good night to you too. Audio's good? Alright, awesome. I can't wait to show everybody Anxiety Frog. It's probably my favorite part of this game. In the menus, there's this little frog that just looks like he's anxious as all hell. Any bugs as of yet? The frame rate is around 30, but I am playing on Series S, so expected. Yeah, 30 isn't bad. That's good that you haven't run into any bugs yet in Stalker. I heard it's had some issues with AI, but Yeah, if you haven't run into any problems yet, then, you know, that's good for you. Alright. Well, the abbot said to me, Andreas... Okay. I guess we have our multiple choice. And a neat thing is... I feel like it's loud, but be a whore. Alright. I'm playing the old one, so I wouldn't be able to tell the difference with the AI. Oh, the old Stalker games are janky as all hell. If you're not running into any bugs, I'd say it's an improvement. Well, give me just a second, Alyssa. Let me show off this thing. So, when people get named or, you know, books get referenced and stuff, you can click an underlined word, and it'll show you like an image of the person that's being talked about, or it'll give like kind of like a anecdote about the book being talked about. But yeah, I had a feeling Starsmog would want us to be a little whore.
Be a whore right now. Listen to your heart. It resides behind your titties.
Alright, the abbot said to me, I don't want you distracting the sisters in the library. Up to the devil's work again, are you? Don't encourage him. Devotion to one's work can yield pleasures of the mind superlative to those of the body. Either you need to spend time with more exciting lovers, or I need to learn how to work the Socrates way. How did you reply to the abbot, Andreas? I apologized and said I'd be more mindful. I said, it's not my fault that God made me this handsome. I ignored him, which is what the comment merited. I'm thinking second option here. It's not my fault that God made me this handsome. You're insufferable. Alas, this Christian faith views desire less favorably than I did in my time. Oh? Perhaps this longing for you will instill in them a greater appreciation for beauty. Right. Try telling that to the abbot next time, Andreas. Oh, we're being whores in medieval Germany? I approve. Oh, absolutely. 1500s, like 1518. Southern Germany. This game is set in Upper Bavaria. Despite the abbot's ire, you must endure. Soon you will have finished both the abbot's work as well as your masterpiece. And then you will return to Nuremberg, where marriage and your new life as a master await you. So I'll click this really quick and show you like the anecdote. Free Imperial City of the Holy Roman Empire, major trade center and city of the arts, including printing. Oh, it is kind of funny. We've got like got a nun there. Alright, nice. Yes, marriage to someone he has never met. Hardly ideal. Well, the alternative is becoming a philosopher. Oh, Jesus. Then you should definitely get married. Is she pretty at least? See, that's what my brother said in his letter, but maybe he's just trying to lift my spirits. Small portrait they sent was lovely, but we artists can be flatterers. Oh, who knows? That's not why I'm doing it anyway. I'm thinking second option. It is growing late. The wheel of time stops for no man, Andreas. I fear you must leave us. Ah, true, Your Majesty. Will you visit us again soon? Hopefully, but it's out of my control, Your Majesty. As are many things, trust in Providence. Robian, please see Andreas safely home. Of course, Your Majesty. Until next time, Andreas. Until next time, Your Majesty. So this is my favorite part of the game so far. This specific boat full of jesters. If anyone's familiar with art history, the previous scene was a reference to some art, and so is this one. Pay no mind to the other fools, Andreas. I never do. This one right here, sticking his tongue out, is my favorite. That's literally me. If this is Germany, his name would be Andreus. Andreus, okay. Ow. At least I would if they'd stop stepping on my feet. Watch where you're going. They're fools, Andreas. No point in trying to teach them anything. I know old John wants you to endure the abbot's shit, but since I take you home, I get the last word. Don't let him run you ragged, boy. I'm an art history nerd and I do recognize references. Oh, Starspog, honey, you're gonna love this game, I think. Because if I remember right, there's a few of them. But I also haven't played through the whole game. Oh yeah, you're going to get so much out of it. You know, manuscripts are all so fucking stupid. Half this game is art history and references, yeah. He's just trying to keep order in the Abbey. I'm an outsider. Right, an outsider he brought in. If he wants your work, he has to deal with you as you are. Gah! Would you please stop? I give up. Take me home, Grobian. As you wish, Andreas. Good morning, Ursula. And we're woken up by a little kid poking our foot. Under. Time to get up. Alrighty. The Baron. Alright, so let me see if I can find Anxiety Frog. Oh, this is a little journal here. Maps. Got a whole big place to explore. People. So Piero is mentioned, and then we've got Ursula here, daughter of Peter and Clara, half sister of Eva and Big George. But yeah. Should really clean this up. The Picatrix, Key of Solomon, the Heptameron, Prior Ferenc keeps giving me all these books to read. And then we've got the dude there. Alright. Down we go. The kids in this game are cute. I've only seen one so far, but I already love what I see. Good morning, Andreas. Did you sleep well? Quite well, actually. Thank you. Oh, I'm so glad to hear it. Anyway, I know you'll be off to the Abbey, so I packed you some food. Almonds, cheese, and some of the rye you like from the Albans. Otto wanted me to ask you to join him for dinner at the Abbey. And there's Otto right there. Anxiety Frog! There he is. Anxiety Frog right there. That frog has seen some shit. I stand anxiety frog. Otto stopped by? Yes, around dawn. Here you are, Andreas. That's too kind of you, Clara. Many thanks. Master Andreas, if it wouldn't be too much trouble, could we? Would it be too much trouble if you paid next month's rent today? And if we raised it by 2 groschen? So, type of thick silver coin minted throughout the Holy Roman Empire. Groschen are typically worth 12 pfennigs, but may be minted at different values. Hate to ask, but we're behind on our taxes to the Abbey. 2 months behind. Peter's losing his hair over it, even more than usual, I mean. The Hypnotoad's half-cousin twice removed. Anxiety frog again. And then there's a picture of Peter and what he looks like. So that later we know who they're talking about when his name comes up again. Let's see. Of course, no problem at all. Besides, we won't want Peter to lose any more of his precious hair. I suppose that's not out of the question. Yes, I think I can manage that. Can't promise anything. I'll see what I can do. Wait, are these taxes unexpected? And then we can even do like an internal monologue thing. I'll try to respond to this when rent wasn't due until the beginning of May. And then we have our various ids and egos chiming in. Be generous. Let's take the consequences of inaction into account. What is this shit? Yeah, we can spare the money until ease their burden. Yeah, I suppose that's not out of the question. Yes, I think I can manage that. That seemed like the most reasonable response. I'm so grateful, truly, Andreas. I apologize again for asking. It's just awful to be stuck in such a position. Our taxes get harder to pay every year. Peter works hard, but it just never seems like it's enough. St. Luke bless you for helping us out. And then St. Luke, Christian evangelist and patron saint of artists and physicians, often represented by a winged bull. Speaking of St. Luke, how's your masterpiece coming along? It's been 2 months now, hasn't it? Slowly, I'm afraid. Most of my days are spent doing work for the Abbey. It's only during the divine office that Prior Ferenc... getting tongue twisted. That Prior Ferenc allows me to work on my masterpiece. And the divine office is prayer times observed by all Christian monastic orders. Monks and nuns pray together 7 times a day and once at night, as dictated by the rule of Saint Benedict. A reasonable restriction, but slow going. The city council doesn't require it to become a master, making it mostly to show clients, and for my own sake. And yes, when I do finish, I will go back to Nuremberg, where I will marry and open a workshop of my own. From Nuremberg to university, and now traveling the world as an artist. This game has a lot of ex-class Catholic nostalgia for me. I love saying the divine office when I visit a monastery for retreats and such. Neat. I was raised Eastern Orthodox, so I kind of have an outsider's perspective looking in when it comes to anything regarding Catholicism. And then even me being, it's kind of a long story with me being raised Eastern Orthodox. We can talk about it in DM sometime. It's not that it's a touchy subject, it's just there's just a lot of family drama kind of tied to it. The swapping religious trauma stories. Oh boy. Oh, you're in for a ride. And then Riley got with a Norse pagan. Yeah. Yeah, it was like after my parents divorced. I think I also looked into paganism, and then I was like, wait a minute. I don't know how to do any of this shit. I don't know how this works. So I'm just kind of vibing. Gonna go into the woods and do weird heathen shit. Hell yeah. I still want to run that Dark Ages vampire game sometime. In fact, it might be a one-way ticket to me being inspired to run that game when I do finish this game. So sort of an ache speaking too, and I was really attracted to the Norse guards, yeah. Anyway. What a life you have ahead of you, Master Andreas. Yes, I suppose it does feel like I'm starting a new chapter in my life after a few missteps, some wandering, a little too much fun. Do we want to whore it up even more? I have a feeling this is what the people want. Starting a new chapter after a little too much fun. Be a whore, do it. Must be rather frightening, starting all over again. Owe it to my family to make something of my life. It is, but I know now that this is what I want to do. Be a horror positive playthrough. Hell yeah. It is, but I know now that this is what I want to do. Not many people get to decide that. Oh, excuse me. Certainly not anyone in tasting. Anyway, I don't know anything about art, but I've seen you sketching such beautiful things in your little book. Your masterpiece must be wonderful. It's getting there. It's hard to say until it's done. There's no way to think about it. I'm sure it will be a treasure when it's finished. Now, I have to get back to my own work. Have a good day at the Abbey, Andreas, and we'll see you after Vespers for supper. Now, I know what Vespers are. Monastic hour at dusk, one of the major prayer hours, it is followed by supper. There we go. Not tonight, but thank you. Klaus Drucker invited me over for supper. And then we get a little portrait of the guy. And then welcome back Anxiety Frog. We love him. We love him to bits. Maybe I should commission
Anxiety frog, 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 anxiety frog.
I think Venus is getting some anxiety too. There we go. Look at him go. Anxiety rat. Of course, please say hello to the Druckers for us. Of course. Until later, Clara. Alright. There's a little Ursula.
Anxiety rat, 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 anxiety rat.
Alright. It's Peter. Andreas. It's ill Peter. God bless you. Andreas. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Andreas. This weather's been god-awful. This town's gone to shit since my days. I don't think the townsfolk can do much about the weather. Were things very different when you were young? Let's do this one. As different as beer and piss. The old abbot didn't bother us much about our customs. He didn't mind if we left a little offering to Perchta to keep the skies clear, the weather fair. So, pagan goddess of the Alps, associated with animals and spinning wool, she is still invoked by some Christians in Austria, Switzerland, Bavaria, and Swabia. This will become relevant later. I know that much. Matthias knew that Christ was in our hearts, even if the White Lady's name was on our lips. Swabia supremacy. See, church banned all observances of pagan gods, Ilpeter. What sort of old customs? I thought St. Moritz protected Tassing. I think that spirits have been fouling the weather since no one follows the customs anymore. What sort of old customs? The kind that scare away witches and keep spirits from calling storm clouds over our farms. Saints weren't the first to watch over Tassing. My father knew that. Old Ranig Kemper knew that. Ranig. Kemper, late husband of Ottilia. Okay. That bastard abbot may not like it, but some of us keep the traditions alive. Like the old widow, Ottilia. Yes, yes. She always hangs the doorframe with lavender to keep the spirits out. Even if it doesn't help with spirits, it does smell nice. I suppose. I just know it helps with ghosts and witches and whatnot. Cough, cough. I should go. Alright. God bless you. Fucked up looking pigs. Oh, there's a cat somewhere. Just wait until you see the cat. Morning, Andreas. Big George! Can you pet the cat? Oh yes, you can pet you can pet the cats, you can pet the dogs. Morning, Big George. How's it going? You working today? Just taking a rest for a bit. Dad's still in the field. He had a big rock with the plow, and it took me Lord knows how long to pull it out. You off to the Abbey? I love Big George, too. Every day but Sunday. Well, where else would I be going? Every day but Sunday. Right. Thank God for Sundays. Smells like a storm's coming, no? Huh. Just smells like fresh alpine air to me. You've been traveling too much. Where was it you spent your Wanderjahr before you came to Tassing? Wandering years, during which a journeyman, artist, or craftsman travels far and wide to improve their skills. Alright, where did we spend our wandering years? So we've got Basil. Andreas knows some Italian and French and can reference cultural touchstones from Basel, nearby Bern, Zurich, and Freiburg. Low Countries. Andreas knows some Dutch and French and can reference cultural touchstones from Antwerp, Bruges, and Ghent, or Italy. Andreas knows Italian, a little Greek, and can reference cultural touchstones. Not that Trink Andreas. Vanderjara. I cannot roll my R's. I'm sorry. I heard that. As I hear Starspark being like, you fucking suck. And it's like, I'm trying. I'm trying. Vanderjara.
You gotta roll that R.
I don't know how.
It's in the back of your throat. Vanderjara.
Vanderjara.
Better.
Vanderjara.
There you're
Okay.
getting it. You're getting it. You're finding it. You're finding it.
Feeling pressure. Vanderjara.
No.
No?
You're going
That
in
was
the
worse?
opposite direction.
Okay. Hold on, I need a sippy.
Self-induced.
Vanderjara.
So, English is spoken at the front of the mouth.
Yes.
German is spoken at the back.
Okay.
That's why it's easy for us English speakers to learn the basics of German, but the pronunciation and shit, we suck at.
Okay.
Now, I know I'm not perfect at it, but I know how it's supposed to be pronounced. Vanderjava.
Vanderjava.
There you go, you're getting it. There you go.
Pick a place.
Take a background yellow. That's your character's choices going forward.
So Basil, he'll know some Italian and
Do
French.
you know Italian and French?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Low Countries, he'll know Dutch and French.
Do you know Dutch and French?
No.
Okay.
Italy, he'll know Italian and a little Greek. And no, I don't know either of those.
Can you choose the chicken?
I cannot.
Well, clearly, this is gonna be a bad time for you then. What do you feel?
So when I was doing a test run, I did Italy. So I'm thinking
you?
Basil. Basil and Freiburg pronunciations were painful too. Oh, I'm sorry, Wild.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I'm
Okay,
trying.
How do you pronounce this word?
Bern.
Bairn.
Bern.
Okay.
Zurich.
No. So let's
Okay.
do this one.
Freiburg.
No,
Freiburg.
it is Freiburg.
Okay, Freiburg.
But
All
it's
right.
more Freiburg. No, it's
Freiburg.
Is
Freiburg.
it Freiburg? No, it's Borg.
Borg. Freiburg. Fribourg.
It's been so long since I've spoken German properly, and that's the thing. I was our navigator. I was our translator in
Yeah.
German.
Oh, honey, that was 6 years
Yeah,
ago.
fucking 6 years ago.
Yeah, that was 6 years ago.
Okay, I know how to pronounce this.
Zurich.
Word. No,
Zurich.
no, that was even worse.
Zurich.
No,
I'm messing with you. Zurich.
Zurich.
Zurich. Zurich. Whatever. I'm picking Basil.
Okay, hang on.
What?
I need you to give her... She was looking at the chicken.
Say I was looking at the chicken.
She was looking at the chicken. She wants you. She wants your
Oh.
attention. How dare you kick the baby away from
I'm
her?
not kicking the
You're
baby.
kicking her.
I'm petting her.
You are...
I am literally. Oh,
Jesus.
don't drop the baby.
No, she just dead weighted. It's a fucking cat.
Cat shenanigans, everybody. All right. She's really dead witting on you.
Yeah, she is. She doesn't want me. She wants you. She wants the ma.
Well, she's leaving now. She's gone.
Yeah, you've offended her because you didn't accept her.
Well,
the first
I'm
time.
I'm sorry.
You shouldn't be apologizing to me. You should be apologizing to your child.
Zaya.
Look at her. She's so sad and dejected in the corner now. She's a corner baby.
She looks fine.
Zaya, are you sad? She looks so sad.
All right. Have a good night, Wild. Anyway, we're going Basel. Over in Switzerland. Basel mostly. Swiss air must be different then. Spend enough time in these mountains and you'll be able to smell a storm coming. How long will that take? 10, 15 years? I don't think I have that long, Big George. What'd you spend all that time in Switzerland doing anyway? Other than art, I mean. Oh boy! I know what Starspog's gonna want us to pick. And if we're doing a slut-friendly run, a sex-positive horror run, then Hedonist is probably gonna be the way to go. Yeah. Or you could also be a rapscallion. Horror positive run, alright. Hedonist, here we go. Swiss women are beautiful and the beer isn't bad. What do you think I spent my time doing? Sounds like fun, but you better not let Father Thomas hear about it. And that's this guy right here. Wait, hold on. Let me go back. Look at this. These crazy manuscript drawings. His face. He's so alarmed. Yeah, he's just a farmer's boy. He's just a farmer's boy. Why not? Priests tell us to emulate the lives of the saints. I revere St. Augustine, who said, "Lord, make me chaste, but not yet." Augustine of Hippo was an early Christian philosopher, theologian, and bishop of Hippo Regius. He is recognized as a doctor of the church and is most known for his works, The City of God, and his autobiographic confessions, as well as his development of the doctrine of original sin. Boy howdy. Really going down, bro. Share some with the rest of us. Oh my gosh. If you say so, Andreas, I still think you're going to get in trouble with Father Thomas. George! Anyway, I have to get going. George, let's go. Dad's already acting like I'm taking too long, even though I did all the work to get that rock out. See you later, Andreas. Until later. Boys' night, George. Alright, off to town. Andrew Smith's smithy, so much smaller than the one he uses at the Abbey. Some sheep are blocking the way. Let's talk to the blacksmith. For what is a troink without his twunk? Oh my gosh. Take him to Munich. Oh, Andreas, good timing. You have a moment to lend me a hand. Of course. Wonderful, I've got too many irons in the fire. Or rather, shoes. Horse shoes. I've miscounted how many are put in. Now I need a hand, else they'll overheat and I won't be able to work the metal. Here, take the shoe and the tongs. Put the hot part of the shoe on the anvil, I'll hit it with the hammer. Then we just rotate. Little mini game here. Good, good. Next one. Oh, well done. See? Short work. Thanks for the help, Andreas. I don't know what I was thinking doing all of those at once. It sure would be nice to have someone to help me out here every day. Have you considered a child? Don't look at me, painting is hard enough. Have you considered an apprentice? I have. None of the boys in the village seem interested. Keep at them. I bet you could get Bert Drucker. Klaus would have my head if I tried. Anyway, I don't want to take up any more of your time. I'll see you and Otto up by the Abbey guest house for dinner. Until then. We've got all these sheep. Martin, please, can you give me a hand here? What do you want? I'm keeping an eye on them. That looks a lot like standing there and doing nothing. Martin, for Christ's sake, help your cousin. Morning, Andreas. Excuse us, one of the fence rails fell, and the sheep started hopping it. Is there something I can do to help? No, excuse me, I'll try to stay out of your way. Martin, idiot, you going to help them? Is there something I can do to help? Nightlife has to be pretty great there. Possibly. Have you ever handled sheep before? No. Then no, but thank you. Christian of you to offer. Oh look, there's something going on up at... There's something going up at Steinauer's place. Steinauer's? Steiner's? Who's that on the horse? Looks rich. I don't know, Martin, but Lucky is giving him an earful. Steinauer's. 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 Okay. Christ, I haven't seen Lucky that worked up since Peter and Clara's wedding when Johann pulled his pants down. And then we get portraits of all the people. Alright. Knock 2 of my man's teeth out. You don't want to feel the strength behind a stonemason's anger. You think he's a noble? He looks really rich. God damn it, Martin. Stay out of trouble for once. What, Aunt Hetty? Behave yourself. Don't we have enough to deal with right now? Andreas, if you wouldn't mind moving your skinny little body up the road, we need to get these sheep under control. Of course, see you later. Don't work too hard, Martin. Heh. Damn, Andreas just got called out on being a twink. So I guess we're... Oh, we're going this way. Okay. And up to the church. Chimpkins. Morning, Andreas. How's it going? Morning, Klaus. Another day at the Abbey, another few hours to work on my masterpiece. Good to hear. You still coming by for supper tonight? Marie and Bert would love to see you. You really need to see the new woodcuts I have for an Italian edition of Till Eulenspiegel. Titular character of a popular 15th century book, Till is a prankster, continually exposing the vices and hypocrisy of others. He is also quite skilled at tricking people into smelling, touching, or eating his excrement. What a character. I didn't realize Father Thomas let you print books in Italian. Come on, Andreas. He's not that strict. I know he's just trying to protect people from heresy, witch mania, adventure stories of questionable moral repute, your sloppy typesetting, witch mania. Oh god, don't say that, Andreas. We're less than a day's ride from Innsbruck, capital of the Austrian county of Tyrol and major stop on the Imperial Road connecting Italy and Bavaria. It is the closest major city to Kiersau Abbey and Tassing. Notably, it was also the site of witch trials in 1485. No need to get people around here all worked up about witches again. Besides, don't talk about witches around Father Thomas. Just a bad idea. Good to know. So, supper tonight after Vespers? Of course, thank you. Great, I'll tell Marie and Bert you're coming. See you then. Alright, let's get pictures of Marie and Bert. There's Marie. And then here's little Bert over here. Here's little Bert. Looks cute as hell. And then there's also this turnip. Look at that turnip. It's just, I love the doodles. See you later. Hey, and there's Father Thomas. God bless, Master Mailer. I hope your week is going well. Thank you, Father. It's going quite well. I'm just on my way up the hill to get to work. Good, good. Andreas, I don't recall seeing you at Sunday morning Mass. You understand how important it is for your salvation that you receive Holy Communion, don't you? Yes, I apologize. Promise you'll make it this Sunday. I do, but I've been working on sketches late at night. Or we can just sigh. We've been working on sketches late at night. Andreas, this is about more than your success in this life. There is another. Oh my! What a blessed day to receive such an illustrious visitor. Master Mailer, this is Lorenz, Baron of Rothvergol, a great lord from the countryside near Worms. Prosperous imperial free city in the western part of the empire. I feel like I have the sinking suspicion that Liz is gonna scold me about my pronunciation again. Located on the Rhine River, Worms has been the site of many imperial diets. Good to see you, Father Thomas. It is nice to be remembered fondly. I only wish all your neighbors were as welcoming. I have given up on you. Oh! Ow! That hurts. That hurts. For legal reasons, I'm joking. You say that now. But look at this face. I'm sad. I'm sad now. Look, you've got Venus upset too. Just sad. How dare? Well, yes. What brings you back to our little town? I mean, it has a certain charm common to these alpine cities, but the place was crawling with nobles for the Empire's Diet. And then a Diet is an assembly of 3 colleges of the imperial states of the Holy Roman Empire. Prince-electors, the princes and dukes, and representatives of the imperial cities. They meet to deliberate on matters of importance to the Empire. I mean, you forget my Oma put me through pronunciation boot camp before I went to Germany for the first time. Granted, I forgot it, but I know wrong when I hear it, even if I can't make it right myself anymore. I love you, Han. The Emperor? Was he there? Did you see him? Oh, briefly, but he was sitting for a portrait at the time. Quite lovely. I didn't want to bother him or the painter. Who was the artist, my lord? I'm sure you know him, an older man from Nuremberg with enough of a reputation to paint the Emperor. I'm sorry, my lord, I'm not sure who you mean. Oh, Worms. If it's not got an umlaut, don't put one in, though W is usually pronounced V. Okay. I'll try. I got spooked. I got spooked by the cats chasing each other. God damn. Anyway, I'm sorry, my lord. I'm not sure who you mean. Have you not heard of Albrecht Dürer? Albrecht Dürer is a renowned painter and printmaker from Nuremberg. He is revered in Venice, as well as across the Holy Roman Empire. Since 1512, he has enjoyed the patronage of Emperor Maximilian I. And, Dürer is actually who, Andreas here is based off of. In a few ways. The video I mentioned by Super Bunny Hop mentions that as well. It's a very informative video. Hey, pity. Thought he was known across the Empire. Albrecht Dürer is a little bitch. Our playthrough is historically accurate. Anyway, my wife wanted to stay a little bit longer in Innsbruck, but I decided to ride ahead to make a visit to Curacao. I heard Father Matthias died shortly after my last visit, of course. And Father Matthias was the abbot before the current abbot, and is widely respected by the monks and nuns, as well as the people of Tassing, known for his kindness and his love of books. A great loss for the abbey and for us all. Indeed. By good fortune, I recently came across a copy of the Historia Tessiae he was reading during my last visit. It's an account of the early history of Tassing. Curaçao's previous abbot, Father Matthias, had a copy. Baron Rothvogel brought another to the abbey as a gift. And that's this guy. Father Matthias was hoping to find a second copy to corroborate the contents of the first. It contains some fascinating details about the history of this place. I'm afraid they might even cause a bit of a scandal. Ah, yes. But I must be off. There will be time enough to discuss Tassing's past later. I commissioned a manuscript from the Abbey through Father Gernot, and I have come to check on its progress. And there's Father Gernot right there. Or Gernot? Who knows? Oh yeah, Duolingo isn't a good way to learn a language, but it's kind of good as a starting point. I remember when I used it about like 6 years ago, I reached a point where it would just kind of feed me the same lines over and over again. Gerno. Gerno. Okay, Father Gerno. Gerno. Oh, my lord, if you have come to see your manuscript, you should speak with young Master Mailer here. Not quite a true master yet. I still have to marry and be approved by our city council. Andreas is a journeyman artist from Nuremberg. For the next few months, he's also helping in the Abbey's scriptorium. And then, scriptorium is a room for writing, illustrating, and illuminating manuscripts. Though typically associated with monasteries, they have disappeared from almost all abbeys by the 16th century. So, Andreas here is working at one of the last remaining scriptoriums. A Nuremberger artist working in an abbey scriptorium in 1518. Oh, we should talk, Andreas. I must know this story. Of course, my lord, it would be an honor. Wonderful. It's so rare to find someone in the countryside who knows anything about art. Thank you for the introduction, Father Thomas. Come to supper at the abbey tonight. I'm inviting you to the abbot's table. Did the abbot invite me? Oh, don't worry about it, Father. Just show up after Vespers. What is he going to do? Refuse us? Excellent. We will see you then. Klaus, I'm dismounting. Run ahead of us and take the horses to Abby's guest house. I'd like to take my time walking with Master Mailer. I'll meet you there. At once, my lord. So then, a journeyman from Nuremberg. Forgive me for saying so, but you seem a little old to not yet be a master. You said you were unmarried? No, I'm not married, but in truth I came to my vocation later than my father and brothers. Oh, you know those boys are doing some totally Christian shit. They're flirting, look at them! I was in university for a number of years at Erfurt. Erfurt? It's one of the most populous cities in the empire and is located near its heart. It has been home to a respected university since 1379 and is a center for humanist thought. Get a load of that cat right there. Look at that chonker. Immediate topic of marriage. Boy. Erfurt, wonderful. The same university as Martin Luther. If you read his works, tremendous mind. And then I think everybody knows Martin Luther. Controversial for his opinions on the church's sale of indulgences to forgive sin, which were recently published and distributed throughout the empire. He says things about the church that should have been said years ago. Might get him into trouble, but he's a brave, brilliant man. Wait, you may have even met him. Did you? You must tell me. Ah, no, he was a few years ahead of me. Still, his ideas do seem fascinating. I agree wholeheartedly. I simply must meet him if I get the chance. I wonder if the good brothers of the Abbey have heard of him. Perhaps they have even read his list of 95 theses against the Church. Of course, that's the reference to his list of propositions against the Church's practice of selling indulgences. Written in 1517. So in the context of this game's setting, this is literally like the year after Martin Luther did that. Father Matthias was not above having a lively debate. I hope Father Gerno does not disappoint in that regard. But enough about Luther for now. Tell me about your university studies. Forgive me, Baron, but did you attend university? You seem very well educated. Why are you so interested My education. Did you attend university? No. My father is merely wealthy enough to have provided me with all the books and tutors a child could dream of. I love all knowledge, from Aristotle to Cicero to Ficino to Erasmus, and everyone in between and yet to come. May have misjudged the Baron. It seems he is as well read as any university student. In truth, I am simply happy to speak with another well-educated man. Now then, did you earn your doctorate? No, I didn't. Only a master's degree. I started working towards a doctorate, but it didn't finish. Oh, that's a shame. Well, what was your area of study? And then we can start getting into the good stuff. So we can go theology, imperial law, or medicine. So I'm kind of a little, well, actually no, I won't say it because of spoilers, but I am a little forth-knowing of what comes up soon or eventually. I kind of want to pick medicine. I'm leaning towards medicine. Yeah, let's do medicine. All things medical, studying the latest and greatest texts coming out of Italy. Yes, the Italians continue to innovate in that area. Extraordinary, really. Fascinating work. Who knows what secrets we may learn about the human body in the decades to come. You. If I had any faith, I would have prayed you'd never show your face here again. That's Attilia. Curse you, Lorenz Rothvogel. Perched as dogs, tearing you to pieces would be too kind a fate. These rustic communities display a shocking lack of hospitality, don't you think? What was that about? Who knows? By the time I finish guessing, the old crone will probably be dead. Well, what of your early time in university? Every student must study the trivium and quadrivium, yes? And then, trivium and quadrivium is classic liberal arts, university education, so Latin, logic, rhetoric, arithmetic, geometry, music, astronomy. Did you have a favorite subject? Ooh, okay. So, yeah, Latinist. So Andreas could know Latin. Logician. We can make him very logical. Orator. He's like good at public speaking. We could make him an occultist. Or we could get him into astrology. Also familiar with various plants and animals from study and personal experience. Let's do Latin. You studied Latin for sure. Focused on Latin, it's useful in so many ways, but especially for understanding manuscripts. Wonderful, a beautiful language used in the greatest empire of the ancient world. Tell me, what's your favorite sententia? What's that? Heavily understood moral maxims, typically originating from ancient Rome or Greece, may be employed as a sort of quasi-logical rhetorical shorthand among educated audiences. Everyone enjoys the smell of their own farts. Remember to tell the tale of another's kindness many times, but whatever kind deed you do for others, keep quiet. Yes, Cato the Younger, an unflinching defender of the Roman Republic. But what did his principles get him? Death at the hands of Caesar. Not quite true, he died by his own hand. And when Caesar learned of it, he said, Cato, I resent you for your death, for you denied me the chance to spare you. A better end, but not without measure of sweetness. And your other studies? Was there anything else you excelled at? God, they are flirting. Oh, I kind of want to go occultist. That's what I'm thinking. There's a soul-endangering amount of theoretical and practical knowledge on alchemy, astrology, theurgy, necromancy, and various magical rites and ceremonies. Let's do this. He's a bad boy. Use my access to university's library to pursue more esoteric interests. Oh, esoteric how? Mystical texts, books on alchemy, invoking spirits, divination, purely academic, of course. Of course. I started with Ficino's Corpus Hermeticum, and my interest only deepened from there. So Ficino, 15th century Italian priest and humanist who was one of the leading figures of the Italian Renaissance. He is well known for his translations of the works of Plato into Latin. And then the Corpus Hermeticum is a compilation of 17 religious and philosophical treatises encompassing the soteriology of Hermes Trismegistus, or thrice great Hermes. A centuries-old text. Texts reflect Egyptian, Greek, and Jewish traditions and ideas, and were translated into Latin in the late 15th century by Marsilio Ficino and Lodovico Lazzarelli. And I know I'm butchering those pronunciations. I am so sorry. Quite interesting, Andreas. I'll make some time to speak with you more on the topic during my stay. I look forward, as you wish, my lord. Ah, there's the Abbey. I have good memories of this place and Father Matthias. I was sad to hear of his passing. How did you come to know him? Did you come to know of Curacao at all? My family have been patrons of Curacao for, I don't know how many generations. Some years ago, I heard that Curacao still had a wonderful library and artisans. Professional artists have taken over most manuscript production, so I was shocked to find an active scriptorium here. Not much left of it these days. This is as good a place as any to create art. Artists that remain here are quite talented, if a bit old-fashioned. Not much left of it these days. 2 old men, a young scribe, and me. Well, perhaps it is nostalgia that brings me back here. Commissioned a manuscript through Father Gurno a year ago. I thought I would stop by and check on the progress. Wait, are you the artist working on it? It's a prayer book with 20 illustrations. I know the work, but no. I do believe the artist well. I do know the artist well, the venerable Brother Piero. How venerable. Oh, excuse me. He still has his wits and skills, if that's what concerns you. Brother Piero has an incredible talent with color. And I very much look forward to seeing it. They are flirting so hard. Maclaus, tend to the horses and the baggage. I'm heading up to the Abbey. Yes, my lord. Well, let's not keep the abbot waiting any longer. Nuns! And there they go. Goodbye, nuns. Nuns. Quite unusual for a Benedictine house to have monks and nuns, even if they are separated. The church closed most of them centuries ago. But then, Curacao is a place out of time in more ways than one. Do you know Mother Cecilia? She seemed to recognize you. Why were they closed? Say nothing. Why were they closed? Monks and nuns living side by side cannot behave themselves. I don't blame them, though. The church shouldn't either. It's just human nature, after all. There's Father Gurno. You must be Father Gurno. I am Lorenz, Baron of... Yes, the Baron of Rothvogel. So wonderful to have you here again. We actually did meet on your last visit. Ah, if you say so. I am not good with remembering faces. Please forgive me, my lord, but I wasn't expecting you for another few days. Yes, I know, but I wrote ahead. I just couldn't wait to see my manuscript. I'm sure it's no trouble. What no, it's no trouble. Did you want to see it now? Oh, in a moment. I could do with a bit of refreshment, though. May I grab something from the kitchen? Pause. Yes, certainly, my lord. I will meet you there. Andreas, I don't know what you were doing with the Baron, but I need you in the scriptorium now. Of course, Father, I'm eager to get to work. Why are you taking this out on me is not my problem. Is this a bad time to ask for an advance on my payment for the Book of Hours? Let's not do that one. Of course, eager to get to work. Then get to work. Okay then, well... Shit, I should have asked him about an advance for the Gertner's taxes. Maybe I could just convince Brother Matthew to pay me early. And there's Brother Matthew with the big glasses there. So we could do that. That's a little side thing we can do. But I kind of want to poke around. Let's visit the shrine here. A reliquary containing the hand of St. Moritz, which is said to have once held the Holy Lance. St. Moritz is the patron saint of Tassing. Legend states he was the Egyptian-born commander of a Roman legion who converted to Christianity. They were all martyred for their faith. His hand is a relic in Kyrso's shrine. Holy Lance, also called the Spear of Destiny or the Lance of Longinus, is the lance that pierced Jesus' side on the cross. Many legends surround the lance, and several places claim to possess it. Boy howdy. What's this over here? Brother Matthew maintains the shrine along with some of the sisters who paint badges for pilgrims. And let's talk to the nuns. God bless you, Brother Piero? No, wait. It's Master Mailer. I thought you couldn't see, Sister Margaret. During the day, I could see some colors. How did you know it was me? You and Brother Piero both smell the pigments you use. But you're taller, and you have another smell to you, like fish or burned almonds. Oh, that's old linseed oil, popular among the Italians, but Brother Piero doesn't use it. I'm also much more handsome. Did you know Henry VIII made a bid to become Holy Roman Emperor, but he wasn't willing to bribe the Prince-Electors more money than the other candidates, so he abandoned his bid. I did not know that, Wild. Thank you for the fun historical fact. We're doing the horror playthrough, so I'm going to say I'm also much more handsome. Well, I wouldn't know. God has saved me from the temptations of beautiful men. Damn. Hi, Alice. Thank you for the lurk. You'll just have to trust me, then. Not a chance. Have a good day, Sister Margaret. God bless you, Master Mailer. Alright, let's talk to Lisbeth. God bless you. Alright, that's all she has to say. Let's talk to Sister Gertrude. God bless you, Master Mailer. How goes your work in the scriptorium? Very well, thank you. Oh, then I guess you wouldn't be interested in the saffron Agnes St. Norin received yesterday. That's her. Anxiety Frog has a hat now. Anxiety Frog. Anxiety Frog. Look at his little hat. I love it. I love that little hat. What? Saffron? Really? Where'd you hear that? Sister Matilda saw her at the Albans. And then there's Sister Matilda right there. Maybe you can convince Prior Ferenc to get you for your yellows. Get you some for your yellows. Good to know. How's Mousefanger? She's around here somewhere, hopefully getting to the baby rabbits before Sister Matilda does. Until later, Sister Gertrude. Bless you, Andreas. Maybe I'll see you by the shrine of Saint Satya one of these days. Saint Satya, one of Tassing's patron saints, Satya was a local pagan who converted to Christianity and miraculously aided St. Moritz's soldiers with food in the dead of winter. She was martyred for her actions. Boy howdy. Alright, so let's get out of here. Let's visit the convent. Let's see what the nuns are up to. Let's get yelled at for talking to the nuns. Tassing is lucky to have so much wound wart naturally growing. I had to buy it back in Nuremberg. Let's look at the plants. The many-petaled cinquefoil. It grows so easily some consider it a weed. Sisters certainly keep their garden well tended. And then here's Mousefanger. Mousefanger. Right here. Cat. Kitty cat. Look at that cat. Get a load of that cat. That cat has such a tiny head. We also have the map here. Look at this place. It's huge. It's huge. You know, that's okay. Let's talk to Sister Sophie here. God bless you, Master Mailer. How are things going in the nun's kitchen? I mean, no offense, Master Mailer, but I cannot speak with men. Ah, my apologies. God bless you. And you as well, sister. Let's talk to Matilda over here. God bless you, Master Mailer. Sister Matilda, how are you? Mother Cecilia doesn't like us talking to men unless it's necessary to perform our work. Forgive me, sorry to bother you. Thank you, Mr. Mauer. Can we poke around in here? Painting of Hildegard of Bingen. Miss Bingen? Mother Cecilia's favorite. And then doors into convent are locked to outsiders, men at least. So let's not go in there. Well, we can't go in there. What's over here? Feverfew. Always smells so fresh. Sister Gertrude is wise to have some in the garden. Alright, let's go to the prioress's house. God bless you, Andreas. God bless you, Mother Cecilia. Is there something I can help you with? I noticed that you took the sisters inside when I walked up with the Baron. What concern of it is yours? It just seemed unusual. The Baron arrived to see the abbot in the scriptorium. It is inappropriate for the sisters to interact with men. The sisters interact with me. As they need to, at my discretion. The Baron is an important visitor and a patron of the Abbey, but there is no need for him to speak with the sisters or me. I see, that makes sense. Thank you, Mother Cecilia. Until later. Until then. Alright. Well, that's our answer. Can we go in here? Storm us lead to the rest of the convent? Not for me. Alright. Let's go into the monastery. Go find our way to the scriptorium. To the church. There's a Rudiger. God bless you, Andreas. Has your voice yet recovered from Easter Mass, Rudiger? Oh yes, it was a bit of a strain, but a worthy sacrifice. Well, if the Lord could give us his all on Easter. Exactly. Have a good day in the scriptorium. Have a good day singing. It's crypt? Tower. Cloister. Dormitory. Old Bailey. Nice to meet you. God bless you, Andreas. How was the sacristy today, Matthew? Same as yesterday. Does my vocation seem silly to you, Master Mailer? No, I was just being friendly. Then go in peace, friend, knowing that the Abbey's treasures are secure for another day. God be with you. One more thing, I have a favor to ask you. Yes, Andreas? I was hoping you could give me my pay for the latest manuscript early. This isn't part of the agreement you made with Father Gernot. You'll be paid on the completion of each additional manuscript you illuminate, not before. With only a few pages left, Brother Matthew, I'll finish them in the next days anyway. Then I think you can wait a few days to collect your wages. This abbey runs through mutual agreements, not haphazard payments. Breaking such contracts would cause undue trouble not only for Curacao, but for Tassing as well. Is that why Father Abbot has increased the taxes on the Gertners? What is this about, Andreas? I would like to help the Gertners pay for their taxes to the Abbey. Gertners have asked me for their rent early so they can pay taxes to the Abbey. Need the money, made a great error and I'm in debt. Gertners have asked me for their rent early so they can pay their taxes to the Abbey. Would not have expected Peter Gertner, of all people, to beg a lodger for help. His wife asked me. That must have been difficult for her. I'm sorry, Andreas. If you seek remedy to the Gertner's situation, plead your case to Father Gernot. Matters pressing. Brother Matthew, in the name of Christian charity, isn't there anything you can do? This is money I would be paid eventually, and it will be great relief to the Gertners. Oh, hey. We, did a little side quest. Okay. Very well. Do not ask this of me again, Andreas Maller. Alright. Here you are. I shall note this with Father Gernot and Prior Furink. Ferensk. Thank you, Brother Matthew. Humph. God bless you, Andreas. Alright then. Now that I've got my payment, I can give Clara the rent early. I'll give it to her directly to make sure she receives it. Okay. And then where is the scriptorium? Scriptorium. That is all the way over here. Okay, so we need to get to the Old Bailey. There we go. To the scriptorium. There's some of the monks here. Got Piero, Adok, and Guy. What a guy. Good day, Andreas. How's your morning going, Brother Guy? It's fine. More contracts for the abbot. Which would you rather be making, contracts or manuscripts? I honestly don't care, Andreas. As long as the abbot is impressed, he could have me write the first chapter of Genesis until Judgment Day. Does the abbot's opinion mean that much to you? The abbots and the priors, both. You're lucky. When you're done with this, you're going home. I'm never going to see Burgundy again. I need to make the best of the next 40 years. Then I'll leave you to it. God bless you, Andreas. How are you feeling today, Brother Adok? Ah, Mill. Wait. Ah, Mill. That's easy. I am well. Well done, my son. It is early. I will give you a harder one later. I look forward to all your anagrams, Brother Adok. A literal nut. Ah, yes. Until then. Andreas, God bless you. So good to see you. Good morning, Brother Piero. Good to see you as well. I don't like this weather. My bones ache. It means a storm is coming. Big George Gertner says that if you live here 10 or 15 years, you can smell storms coming. And then there's Big George right there. We love him. Brother Adoc has been here long enough that we can always smell him coming. Do not forget, Brother Guy, the fate of the youths who jeered the aged prophet Elijah outside of Bethel. Are you comparing yourself to a prophet, Brother Adoc? I'm comparing you to an impudent youth whom the Lord, in his ineffable wisdom, may choose to strike down. The guy, please, some more respect. Calm yourself. You're too sensitive. Let's not get involved. Well, everyone seems quite lively. I suppose that means Prior Frank is not overseeing us today. He was here, but then he heard Lawrence Rothfogel had arrived, and he hurried out like a little mouse. There's a picture of Lawrence there. Ferenc is so desperate to impress the abbot and nobles like Rothfogel. Rothfogel, it's pathetic. You feign kindness to Father Abbot and our prior, only to speak about them like this behind their backs. It's shameful. Oh no. Baron Rothfogel, his manuscript. Just realized he'll want to see his manuscript. How silly of me. Of course that's why he's visiting. Perhaps if you were younger and faster, you wouldn't need to worry so much about patrons' visits. Oh, Baron's just one client. He has to wait like everyone else. Guys, someday you will stand where Piero is, and a young monk will stand where you are now. Yeah. Guys, someday you'll stand where Piero is. What? Oh, that's Latin. I'm not gonna even butcher that pronunciation. Death also came to Daphnis of Sicily. Sicilian shepherd who, according to Greek legend, was the inventor of pastoral poetry. In stories, he was the son of Hermes and a nymph, and was a follower of the goddess Artemis. He died young, the victim of a jealous naiad. Humph. Anyway, what's the problem? The Baron is just one client. He has to wait like anyone else. Andreas, Baron Rothfogel is not like anyone else. He has powerful friends, including the Prince Bishop of Freesing, which is a secular ruler of scattered territories in the Holy Roman Empire, including the lands containing Tassing and Curacao Abbey. Curacao is already out of favor. Father Abbot does not want to have to deal with more attention. Well, if Prior Ferenc isn't here, I'm going to work on my masterpiece until he arrives. Well, that's right, I need to reference the Intermar manuscript. Prominent family of the Swiss Confederacy and Austria. Alright. What do you want, Andreas? A book. The Endermar manuscript. The Book of Hours. Type of illuminated manuscript that contains an abbreviated form of the prayers for the divine office in addition to other religious texts. Most are relatively plain, but wealthy patrons often commission lavish examples with elaborate illustrations. Your hair looks messy today. Did you get enough sleep? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Horror playthrough. No, because I was dreaming about you. Liar. Could I just get the book? Ugh, that's all the way upstairs. Can't you get by without it? Why are you complaining? Isn't this your job? Isn't writing books your job? Sister Luminata. And that's this one right here. Andreas needs a book and he's being inappropriate with me. Oh no, selling us out right there. Throwing us under the bus. Or under the horse in this case. Andreas. Sister Illuminata, I'd like to borrow the Endermauer manuscript, the Book of Hours. I wasn't being inappropriate with her. I didn't think that you were. Sister Zena has a poor attitude toward her vocation, the rule, and I suppose the 10 Commandments. Rule of St. Benedict of Nursia is a book of instructions for monks living together under the guidance of an abbot. Written in the 6th century, the rule provides the principles for living a monastic life. If this is not her vocation, she should not be here. Expect too much from a young woman who's been locked up inside an abbey. I imagine it takes some longer than others to accept their new lives here. She may yet come around. That's charitable of you, but perhaps you're right. I should not have been so quick to judge her. In any case, I overheard you requesting the manuscript. Here, please return it promptly. Andreas, may I see how your masterpiece is coming? Of course, your opinion is always welcome. Yes, the composition is lovely. There is a joyful spirit in your arrangement of the figures. The contrast of colors is also quite nice, rich and beautiful on their own, but not overpowering the scene. It doesn't feel right, I don't know why. It's an excellent interpretation of someone else's work. What do you mean? It's all my work. That's what clients want. Rather, you know, I don't like doing more work than I have to. What do you mean? It's all my work. My son, you're copying the illustration from the manuscript almost exactly. So, what's wrong with that? Haven't I improved on it? Aesthetically, yes, it's wonderful, but I feel you have not given much thought to what it represents. It's November. In November, we show peasants leading the pigs into the forest to forage on acorns before the slaughter. Andreas, the peasants here are no longer allowed to forage acorns in the forest. Many great lords and abbots across the empire have forbidden it, even Father Gerno. What difference does it make? This is the way November is painted. But it is not the way November is. Art is illusion, storytelling, but in their most sublime form, these images illuminate a path to truth. It's most important to me that my clients are happy. They won't pay me for truth. Yes, but with God's grace, this book of ours will outlive us all. What will it say to those who see it in a future generation, centuries beyond our comprehension? Some will gaze deep into your lines and paint to seek a deeper meaning. What will they find? But you need not listen to my opinions. They are just the thoughts of an old monk. There is no place for the monastic scriptoria anymore. In truth, this room is a place out of time. Does that make you sad? I admit I am still fond in the old styles of lettering and illumination, but even in my youth I knew it could not last. The creation of books, of art, is no longer the province of monasteries. So be it. More people will be able to write, more will be able to read, and in so doing be brought to truth. Do you think there's a danger in anyone being able to write, anyone being able to read anything? I think there will always be a place for artists like you and Brother Adok. I think there will always be a place for artists like you and Brother Adok. And Guy is just like, no comment. And Brother Guy. And Brother Guy. It's kind of you to say so, Andreas, but you need not be concerned for me. I have lived a long life and am happy to have served the Lord. When he calls for me, I am ready. where's the time gone? It is already terce. Terce? Monastic hour corresponding to 9 a.m. One of the little hours of prayer, terce precedes mass and the chapter meeting. Okay. Too much talk. I must ask forgiveness for not honoring the rule. Until later, Andreas. Until later. Nope. Oh, what's that he's holding? What's going on in here? Andreas, what was that noise? Oh, I'm sorry, Sister Illuminata. I knocked a bowl of paint to the floor. But then Prior Ferenc came in, wrote in one of his books, slammed it closed, and left. He was in such a hurry I don't think he even noticed me. He was slamming books shut? Prior Ferenc should know better than that. Some of these manuscripts are quite delicate. Seem to be in great hurry. Player? Oh, did I get my tongue twisted? I think he is on edge since Baron Rothvogel arrived early. Which is why books should not be taken out of the library unless it is necessary for divine reading or work in the scriptorium. Lectio Delphina is the thoughtful reading of and meditation on scripture. Practically, it's prayer and contemplation is a daily part of life in Benedictine communities. Boy howdy. You still mad at me for borrowing the Chronica Clara? Oh, that reminds me there are a few more books I've been wanting to borrow. Actually, we'll get off now, Riley. See you? Alright, see you later, Wild. Have a good night. I might actually finish soon. I've been reading for like 2 hours, almost 2 hours now. But this next section is, I think I'll do this next section and then we'll call it early for the night. Because this is a lot of reading. You mad at me for borrowing the Chronica Clara? Clear Chronicle, a history of the universe from creation to 1082, written by the Irish monk Marianus Scotus. No, anger is not an appropriate response for a nun. But the fact remains that you tricked me into giving you the book for no valid reason. Not valid? Is it not valid to want to see the work of one of the great Irish scribes? You sound angry. You should not interpret my disappointment as anger. You should also understand where it is directed. It is ultimately my fault, but it's my responsibility to be more vigilant about what books you can take from the library. Now, if you'll excuse me... Wait, what's all this fuss about Lawrence Rothvogel? Why is the prior so nervous? Lawrence? I didn't know you were familiar enough with the man to use his Christian name. Anyway, I haven't dealt with him personally, but the prior and Father Abbot have. I only know that he has purchased a number of our most valuable manuscripts over the years. And he paid enough to help the Abbey when we needed it. Like what? What did he buy? I can't remember. You know, I have my own responsibilities to attend to. How about this, Andreas? If you help me recover some missing books, I'll tell you what I know about the Baron. Of course, I'll help in any way I can. Thank you. It's for the good of the Abbey. Where should I begin? Out there, where you and your cohort have carelessly strewn books around the scriptorium, I will tell you what books I am looking for, find them, and return them to me. First books are the 2 volumes of the Aeneid. Aeneid. Poetic epic retelling the legend of Aeneas, a heroic Trojan who struggles to reconcile his personal desires with his destiny to found Rome. It was written in the 1st century BC by the Roman poet Virgil. Reddish covers, 14 inches by 10 inches, 3 inches thick. I know the ones. They're among Piero's favorites. He keeps them by my desk. They are not his to keep. Oh yes. There's a fair amount of wear on these, I hope you don't mind. Those volumes were old even when Piero started to make the copies. How long ago was that? 3 years. The Aeneid is not one of my favorite stories, but I understand why it appeals to Piero. Aeneas shows his duty to the gods over his lover, Dido. You think Aeneas' sense of duty appeals to Piero? Talium non sponte sequor. I do not go to Italy willingly. I did not make you for a scholar of Roman poetry, Andreas. The words sit easily in my memory, I'm not sure why. Probably out of love rather than duty. Do you think Aeneas' sense of duty appeals to Piero? We all have our vocations. Brother Piero takes his more seriously than most of the others in this abbey. You clearly take your chosen vocation seriously. Andreas, I don't think I have a choice in my vocation. Few women do. So I like this one because there's a little internal monologue. Is it really that bad? Is being a woman that limiting? And then his the fool, the jester, is like, she's exaggerating, it's fine. And then how would you know? True, she knows her life better than I do. You're right, of course. I appreciate that you understand how limited our roles and our choices truly are. Even in stories, we have maidens to be rescued and wed, cruel seducers of men, or wizened crones. Like Dido, we ordinary women are merely tools in the tales of men. We can never be protagonists of our own stories. No woman is exempt from that. From the empress to a nun, it is our lot. I suppose I understand now why you are not fond of the Aeneid. It's fine poetry. For men. Now the books, if you please. Thank you. Next, Wretched Urine. This is a printed copy, green cover, diamond pattern. Italian chivalric romance written by Andrea da Barberino in the early 15th century. The titular character rises from impoverished origins to go on heroic adventures and discovers noble parentage. Originally published as a manuscript, it enjoyed greater success as a printed book. Boy howdy. I do not have the size of the ledger, but hopefully the description is enough. Another one you're talking about, Brother Adok was reading it. Yes. Alright. So that is over here. The beauty of this book truly belies its ridiculous content. I am surprised the Abbey owns a copy. We don't. It belongs to Amadia Rusco of Lugano. It's a Venetian edition that's quite valuable. Lugano? Bleh, pronunciation, I'm sorry. Highly contested Swiss market town in the southwestern Alps. The Dukes of Como and Milan fought for control over it until it was claimed by the Swiss Confederation in 1513. He loaned it to us 5 years ago. It was subsequently lost, and the abbot has received 3 letters about it. I've certainly seen the brothers enjoying it. That book is not appropriate reading for Benedictine monks. But in the 6th century, the Benedictines are a Christian monastic order that observes vows of obedience, poverty, chastity, and stability under the rule of Saint Benedict of Nursia. A baby is sold to pirates, raised a servant, then lives a life of adventure, wooing princesses and fighting in tournaments. You've got the best part. In the end, Garen learns he has royal blood, the son of a duke. He reigns as a king and dies a pious hermit. What's not to love? Benedictines should be dreaming of reconciliation with our Lord, not lusty adventures. I suppose you're right, it's better suited for knaves like me. Let's go with that one. It's like, yeah, I'm a whore. This is a story for whores. It's not my place to reprimand anyone for reading stories, least of all you, Andreas. Still, we must be on guard. Fantasy leads to temptation. Temptation has led to the downfall of many men and women. Sometimes, yes, but books like this, it's all the same type of fantasy, isn't it? To die better than we are born. And what's the problem with that? Why shouldn't a peasant dream of being a king? There is neither Jew nor Greek, neither slave nor free, neither male nor female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus. We may be one in Christ, but we are not equal in this world. It isn't this world you should be concerned with, Andreas. But the book, Andreas, we must return it. Or would you like the abbot to receive a 4th letter? I hate to see the brothers disappointed, but I understand. It's not my goal to deprive the brothers of their joy, but to return Amadea Rusco's property. The book, please. There. Let's hand it back. There's 1 book left, then you will be freed from bondage. A dark red cover, 8 inches high, 5 inches across, 2 inches thick. I believe I remember Brother Guy was reading it. Alright, and then there's this one. Now that I think about it, Guy has always been guarded about this book, like he was hiding it. Very good, please bring it here. What is this, anyway? Ah, it's in French. The soul that God touched, empty of sin, in the first state of grace. What is this? Why are you asking so many questions? Just give it to me. Why won't you tell me what this book is? Because it's a dangerous book, Andreas Mahler. The previous abbot tolerated it in spite of a papal order to destroy it. 3 French bishops condemned the book. All copies were to be burned. Its author shared the same fate. What? Why? I don't know, Andreas. It isn't my place to question the judgment of 1 bishop, much less 3. And before you ask, no, I haven't read it, but I know it contains a dialogue between love and reason. So the book is dangerous. When did the bishops condemn it? "200 years ago." What? Why? Why is it still here? Because Father Matthias loved books. All books. He didn't want to see it destroyed. He was right to do so. Books shouldn't be destroyed, even if their content is in question. The Holy Church does not share your opinion. It is their law we must contend with, not your emotions. The Church was wrong. I'm not going to debate this with you, Andreas. And Father Matthias is gone. It's not my place to question the former abbot's decision, but when Father Gerno learned it was in our possession, you wanted it destroyed. Unless the book be destroyed, no one even knows that it's here. Refuse to give it to you. Fine, here, take it. Must it be destroyed? No one even knows that it's here. I do. So do Mother Cecilia and Father Gurno. Well, I refuse to give it to you if all you're going to do is destroy it. What? Why not? What are you going to do with it? Not sure. I'll hide it, keep it safe, or read it and become a French heretic. That's not funny. I'm serious. Give me that book or our deal is forfeit. I won't tell you anything about Baron Rothvogel. Consider sound theological reasons for allowing this book to exist. Appeal to your duty as the librarian. I propose a compromise. I'll take the book from the Abbey, far away. Be gone by the time Father Gurno asks about it, and if you like, you can say I stole it. I doubt he'll make a fuss about me stealing a book he wanted destroyed. I don't like this, Andreas. It feels wrong in my heart. I swear I'll take it far away. It's been out here for years, and besides, how could you have stopped me? Trusting you in this, Andreas. Against my better judgment, don't make me regret this. Well, boy howdy, we saved a book. And I got an achievement. Well, there we go. Is she going to tell me about the Baron? Now then, Baron Rothvogel. Quickly, though, I need to finish up here soon. He said he had some scandalous details in this book. He also mentioned that Father Matthias had a copy and was looking for another to verify its contents. Do you know anything about the book? I have heard of it, but I have never read it and know little about its contents. The subject is broad, but I believe the book deals specifically with the Roman occupation of this land. What about it that could have upset Father Matthias so much? Can't claim any deep insights into the former abbot's mind. I understood him to be virtuous and a charitable man, sometimes to a fault. It is not always best when an abbot considers himself a friend to his brothers instead of their shepherd. Do you prefer... Oh, could something in the book have led Father Matthias to a crisis of virtue? I prefer Father Gurno to Father Matthias. My vocation requires me to obey. My preferences are irrelevant. But every child would choose that their parents err towards love. To err toward love is to stumble at the feet of God. Well, I must be off to Mass. Thank you again for your help, Andreas. Wait, how will you get to the church if you can't enter the scriptorium? Oh, didn't mean to do that. I thought this was the only door into the library. We are standing in the oldest part of the Abbey. And like any old place, it has its share of secrets. Good day, Andreas. God be with you. Alright, it's around that time. It's dinner time in-game. Gonna have dinner with Otto and Endris next time. For now, we're gonna wrap it up for tonight. Because reading for 2 hours is, it's a lot. My jaw is already sore. It's like, ow. I don't want to strain my voice too much. But thank you everybody for coming by and hanging out. Give me just a moment here and we will find somebody to raid. I hope you all had a good time watching the stream. This is a different game than the ones I usually do. I'm thinking I might stream another game during the week, or maybe have this be kind of like something I play on Thursday, and then just play something else on Monday and Wednesday. I'm thinking maybe I'll do like a full week of Pentiment, and then we'll do like Pentiment on Thursday or something. Because from what I understand, this is a 15-hour game, and that's pretty long, especially for especially for how often I stream. Oh yeah, welcome for stream. All right, so let's see. See who else is streaming. Let's see. See, we've got my friend Ash, who is designing a Pride Christmas shirt. And then we've also got my friend Eve, who is streaming her World of Darkness tabletop game. Actually, I think we'll go raid Eve. Pentiment is going to twist your head right around. Oh boy, howdy, I'm excited. I can't wait. Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and raid Eve. Looks like she's in the middle of running her World of Darkness game, the Darkness Collective, where Twitch chat, her chat basically plays a were-raven by the name of Ken. So we're going to go ahead and raid her, and let's go ahead and do that raid. Alright, so I hope everyone has a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out, lurking, all that jazz. And I will see you all next time. I'll see you all on Wednesday. And I think I am going to play more Pentiment. But I might either do Pentiment or might do something else. We'll see what I am in the mood for.